Hi, my name is Renato Rayol and I'm a freelancer architect. During the last years, I worked with design, planning and constructions, being partner of two constructions companies in Brazil. Nowadays, I develop BIM custom solutions for other constructions companies. On this video, I'm gonna explain some of my services and show you how can it improve your construction speed and eliminate your design mistakes. With more than 15 years of experience in planning and construction, I learned that one of the secrets of achieving a fast and budget-friendly construction is to have everything planned before the beginning of the services. And I'm not talking about having all the projects and budgets, but rather having foreseen how each stage of the constructions will be executed, knowing what equipment will be needed in each services and how to deliveries and stock of materials will be managed at the construction site. The way I managed to achieve those goals in my construction was using BIM technology. Through the tools of 3D, 4D and 5D BIM, I can have a more precise planning of the construction, eliminating design mistakes, being able to plan in 3D environment, the scheduling, and get the bill of quantities of materials and services with accurate information by extracting those information from the 3D model. In this video, I'm gonna show how I can develop those services for your company. To show you the BIM use, I'm going to use this house project. It's a one-story construction, designed with light gauge steel frame structure to be built in Portugal. What you are seeing here is a simple 3D model made to generate images or video for commercial presentations. You can see that this model has no information on how it will be built. The only concern is to represent the final aspects of the building. When I make a cut, we can see the walls and the slabs are empty. For this reason, this model is not considered BIM because I cannot extract any information or generate drawings from it. Now I will show you how the BIM projects developed by me are made. It all starts with VDC, or Virtual Design and Construction, which is actually modeling the constructive elements in the way they will actually be used on site. The VDC can show only the elements of the construction or also show the provisional elements of the construction sites, equipment, scaffolding, and storage site for material. In this project, you can see that each level was modeled as an independent object. This allows the use of 3D models to generate the final drawings, the 4D planning, and the extraction of quantity of each material. You can see that light gauge steel frame structure is all divided by panels, because this is the way it will be fabricated and assembled. All the elements have been identified. I really think about the extraction of the list of materials and services. The walls and slabs in OSB panels were also modeled with real dimensions, so the BIM model presents with a maximum of reality the way it will be built. The way each material is modeled depends on the BIM use the contractor wants. You can verify that each OSB panel was modeled as a single object, because in this case, in addition to the area of cladding, a cutting plan will also be made through an Excel file with the size of each panel. Objects are grouped according to the actual construction scheduling. For this reason, you can see that the inner lining of the walls is in a different group than the outer line of the walls. This happened because the inner line has to happen before the installation of roof panels. This is a small example that shows how 4D BIM can be useful to avoid errors in the construction planning. For some materials, the most important is the extraction of the area, as typical home wrap. And in other cases, in addition to the area, it's also important to be able to visualize the location of the cutting and joint of each board, as the thermal insulation layer ethics. To present the constructive materials of the interior, all the other layers were hidden. The drywall projects use individual objects for each board, making clear the installation position of this material. It's also possible to see by color and texture when the drywall will be single or double layer. The thermal insulation materials of the walls was divided in two objects, internal walls and external walls, because they have different materials consumptions per square meter. In the ceiling structure of this model, the contractor requests the individual quantity of each type of profile. Therefore, we have three types of profile in the ceiling structure, which will be quantified individually. The waterproofing layer and the floor finish were also quantified in this project. One of the main uses of BIM is the clash detect between the projects. Visualize the interference of water, sewage, and HVAC pipes and ducts with the main structure can save time and money in medium and large constructions. By performing the compatibilization of projects in a 3D environment, you can anticipate the solution and avoid construction stoppage. Another advantage is having the precise list of materials needed for the service. On this model, it's possible to see the entire water and sewage system and check the need for some change. The use of tablets and smartphones to view the 3D model at the construction sites becomes more and more common nowadays. We now going to see the automatic drawings made from the 3D model. For this, we isolate the objects that we want to use on the drawings. As an example, we have here the top view of the foundation, the top view of the wall panels, and the top view of the slab structure. The OSB wall covering and the OSB slab panels were also insulated for the creation of the automatic drawings. For the manufacturing and assembly drawings, we also have each light gauge steel frame panels isolated. This is the manufacture and assembly model of light gauge steel frame structure produced by me. Here we have a 3D image that shows the whole structure, and then we move on to the foundation projects, location of the wall panels, slabs, and roof. The necessary details for each project are modeled in separate files to create 3D images. When we produce the drawings from 3D models images, we eliminate the revision errors, because all changes made to the 3D models are updated in the drawings. Here we see some model drawings made from 3D models, details external walls covering and slabs. Each project has different needs, and for this reason, the contractor must make clear what are the drawings needed for each service. The 4D BIM is the visual and spatial representation of the construction scheduling. Its main function is to demonstrate the constructive evolution of a building over time. Some 4D presentations have only a commercial function and therefore do not represent the temporary equipment, machines, and materials stocked at the construction site. In medium and large construction, it's common to show scaffolds, cranes, safety equipment, construction site structure, and materials stocked under each period of the construction. When we have the construction planning done in MS Project, Primavera, or Asta Power Project, it's possible to synchronize the 3D model with those files. In many cases, connecting the Gantt chart with the 3D models reveals some details that have gone unnoticed. If you have any doubts about which type of 4D BIM is most suitable for yourselves, talk to me, we will find the best solution. The 5D BIM is one of the most demanded services at the moment, because it brings precision in the quantifications of materials and services. On this project, all the objects were modeled thinking on extraction of quantities. However, in some services, these needs exist only for more expensive elements. When modeling a building for this purpose, it's possible to generate real-time reports. It can be made from the entire building or just from a selected part of the project. As an example, I will generate a report of quantities of what has been modeled so far in this project. I must inform you that many of the services and materials of this model are priced at $1, and that's why the construction presents this value of $17,000. When contracting this service, the client must inform what materials and services he needs to quantify and what the value should be considered for each material and each service. We can assign more than one value per material, such as assign a value for material and another for labor. The amount present here are the actual quantities and have no margin of waste. This information should also be decided together with the contractor for each type of material. For some materials, the simple quantity is already sufficient to prepare the budget and for the purchase of materials. However, some elements need more information for purchase of materials. A very clear example is the light gas steel frame profiles. With the quantity information in the report, it's possible to make the budget of the building. But for the purchase of the material, the ideal is to have the table with dimensions of each profiles, so that we can order the material cut to the measure. Like this one, other materials may also require additional information or drawings to get the necessary quantification of materials. All of these details should be discussed with the contractor when it comes to hiring a 5D BIM service. These are some services that I develop for construction companies. If you want to start enjoying the advantage of BIM technology in your next construction, talk to me.